Welcome to the final episode of Corporate Diva series. And folks, as you are aware, we are celebrating March 2023 as Women's Month at The Guiding Voice to commemorate International Women's Day, celebrated every year on March 8th. And this year is a very special one to us because we are featuring all women leaders across 9 episodes that are scheduled to go live on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, only for women leaders. And again, I would like to thank Deepika Trehan, founder of Corporate Diva, for this strategic collaboration and providing us some good speaker suggestions and connecting with these amazing leaders. And our Corporate Diva for this episode is Sangeeta Roy Chaudhury. And we'll discuss overcoming challenges on regional diversity, making ticking and accomplishing bucket list of dreams besides setbacks. She's an alumni of St. Xavier's, Kolkata and has School of Business, UC Berkeley. Sangeeta has more than a decade of management experience in business development, sales and marketing across different sectors, including financial services, events, training, and technology. She's currently the founder and CEO of 2 reputed startups named Edudha Education as well as WealthCube Capital. Sangeeta's interests and accomplishments are diverse. She also runs a multimedia channel called Your Icon, where powerful stories of powerful people are shared through this platform, which has over 80k subscribers. This is the Guiding Voice podcast series, the Guiding Voice for a better future. Friends, I am your host, Naveen Samala, just a fellow IT professional, but on a mission to make the world a better place to live. Through the Guiding Voice, we drive conversations that matter, conversations that add value to your life and to your career. Thank you so much for joining me. Sangeeta, hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice and super excited to have you.
Thank you, Naveen. It is pleasure and honor to be on your show. And thank you for doing this wonderful series. Wishing all the very best.
Thank you so much. Now, let's get started with our conversation. Like you have built a diverse portfolio for yourself and currently running 2 startups, right? So I would like you to share your career journey in a snapshot, highlighting a few milestones that helped you.
Right. So I started working right from 2003. And after 18 odd years of working, I sort of jumped onto entrepreneurship. Very diversified. In a career-wise also, I'm very diversified. I started working in a hotel industry. From there, moved into training industry. From there to rating industry. From there to succession estate planning. In between, I had my first startup where I had a lot of learning. And then finally started 3 company. Exactly these 3 company which I could not achieve as a child. So I always wanted to study abroad, right from the 10th, 12th standard. Because of the financial instability in the family, I could not do it. And that's why I started my first startup, Edudha. It's a marketplace for foreign admission. So any child who's capable enough but not able to make a dream come true, they can actually come there and get that guiding light for taking their dream. The second thing is that I always wanted to be an anchor of a show, news anchor. When I was very, very young, like 8th, 9th grade, I wanted to be a news anchor. But because I hailed from a Bengali medium school and it was not accepted, and people started making a lot of comment behind my back, and I was very insecure about it. So I took up a challenge saying that one day I'll do that. And my Your Icon channel, which is again a multimedia channel, providing stories of powerful people, came across.
Yeah.
And there we have 80,000 subscribers. That happened. Whatever I could not take as a child, I ticked being adult. And the third was the WealthCube Capital, because I've seen financial struggle. I didn't want any family to go through that. And that's why I thought will help planning financial stability by the rights, attribute. So that has been 3, milestones in terms of career journey. What I could not achieve, I wanted people to achieve it. And that's why I started all the 3 startups.
That's amazing. And it so resonates well, like whatever comes to your mind, you do it. That's what I could figure it out based on your background, based on what you have shared. And Sangeeta, I'm also interested to understand your success mantra. What are the top 3 things that have helped you to reach where you are today?
I think I have always challenged the status quo. I have never settled. I have always hated to stay in that comfort zone. So always challenging my status quo and pushing myself beyond whatever given. I think the second point, what had really worked for me, consistency. I've always believed that there's no shortcut to success. So whatever you do, you have to be consistent at it and constantly doing it and keep becoming 1% a better version of yourself from yesterday. That had helped. And third, very, very important point, what most of the people actually ignore is empathy. I think being empathetic helps really to build up the team support system, your entire ecosystem. Today, what is my version of 6, your version might be 9. So your perspective of looking at life different. So being empathetic and understanding, putting yourself in someone else's shoe always help to really move up in the career. I've always got a lot of support around my strength circle, right, including from corporate diva, my ex-bosses, colleagues. They've been a super support. And I think being empathetic leader, that has helped. So these are the 3 takeaway for me.
That's awesome. So empathy part is the most overlooked aspect, but if we can master empathy, we can win everything that we do. Moving ahead and talking or taking a dig more about your entrepreneurial journey, like you are the founder and CEO of 2 startups, and you are addressing both the education part as well as financial management, which are essential forever, right? So I'm curious to understand what are some of the toughest challenges that you have encountered during your entrepreneurial journey, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so entrepreneurship is not at all easy. And at the end of the day, leaving that paycheck and doing something what you believe in, where 95, 99% of your surrounding will say that this is not right, it's not easy. So whatever you see the success story in the entrepreneurship is like an iceberg. You only see the 1%. The below 99% is all the midnight oil burning, hard work, consistent rejection, never give up attitude, all like frustration and all the tension, stress built up to be able to see the iceberg. So my top 3 lessons or toughest lesson, I will say that as an entrepreneur, first of all, you get badly hit in the financial front. When you have so much of loans to pay off and you really know that, okay, I will have a 6-month bucket or 9-month bucket or 12-month bucket to survive me, but it doesn't happen that easily, so financial risk is the biggest risk. Accepting failure is a part of the journey. You keep struggling to find the right product market fit. I started designing a campaign for my edtech platform. I thought after all the market research data, this will really be successful. Whatever you try to do product market fit, it might not go well. And then you have to do the next one. So struggling to find the right product market fit. And second thing is the attracting right talent and retaining them, because you believe in yourself, you believe in an idea, you get your people onboarded. But in this market, generally when you train somebody to come here and he's ready to take on and they move on. So these are the 3-4 very stressful time I think I have faced.
Yeah, fair enough. And also, Sangeeta, like other than this, coming from a Bengali medium stuff, maybe you will not have that edge of somebody who is from the English medium background. But honestly speaking, I never felt like you are from a Bengali medium background. You have mastered the communication so well. I'm more curious to understand any major obstacles or failures that you have faced as an individual. Like, because so far you have touched upon as an entrepreneur, right? In general, as an individual, did you come across any obstacles as such? Or at least as a women leader?
Yeah. So quite a few. I think major, if I would tell that, it was my first venture, which was a huge failure. So people say that the hardest lesson you get to learn in life when you are with empty pocket and hungry stomach. So I've experienced this at a first entrepreneurship journey of mine. After 10 years of working in the large corporate, I hit the glass ceiling. I wanted to give myself a break. I flew down to US, went to UC Berkeley, got an MBA degree done, and that was the learning on how to start on your own. And like 80% of the batch, I let go of my high paying job and jumped my first startup. And I saw how 10, 12 years saving got eroded in 10, 12 months. And at the end of the day, you have bills to pay. So those are the scary part. And you don't want to give up on the idea, and you don't have the sufficient amount to run your family. So those are really, really scary. So literally you come to that end and hit that one more point that you will fall down. So those are the difficult time, and I had to let go. I just kind of bow down amongst the huge financial pressure that if I would have stayed back with that idea, this would have been somehow a big success today, but I just could not. But that gave a great learning. I decided that next 8 years, whatever I work, I'm going to get out of all the loan, get out of all the financial commitment, start afresh with a positive quotient in terms of, seeing money in the bank, not burning money every month, but whatever you do, it has to be cash positive, profit positive, cash flow positive, not at this era of, burning money and acquiring customers. So that's been big learning. And I'm glad I did the first startup. If I wouldn't have done that, I could not have started this three company.
Yeah.
So I'm glad every
Yeah.
hardest lesson teaches you something.
Yeah. I think that is one of your favorite failures, if I may call it, because they teach us a lot of stuff and which will help us make some course correction and be a better version of ourselves. Awesome.
Very true.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the region and gender diversity, right? Did you come across any challenges specifically from these two angles, region and gender diversity perspective, and how did you overcome them?
I did face challenge, to be honest. I was a part of a very large organization. When I was carrying my child, right? And then apparently that year, I was the top BD person of the year, right? Apparently when my appraisal happened, and out of 6 member in the team, all 5 member was given a promotion, I was held back. So when I told that why did it happen when I actually was a top performer, the answer was, because you will be delivering and you might not be available for next 6 months. So we decided to hold you back this year. I said, is my appraisal based on my past performance or your inertia of future upcoming performance?
Yeah.
Right? Then I actually went up to the board. I wrote the letter. I had my own instances and I earned that promotion. So I generally always believe that, if you face some challenges, make your voice heard out to the world. And there are people are willing to listen. Only is our inertia that we don't want to go and talk out, fearing that I might lose this job, fearing what people will say, fearing what society will say. I've always challenged status quo, and finally I got the promotion, and I was very proud of it. That that actually broke the glass ceiling in the company, that they cannot really treat any pregnant woman that way, right?
Yeah.
So that is one of the definitely gender bias I have faced amongst few, but definitely it is something. Your voice board is given. If you really make a hue and cry about it, people do notice and you actually get your due respect, due recourse.
And anything from the region diversity perspective?
To be honest, I have not felt that.
Okay.
Somehow I have, my entire career was in Bangalore. First 20 years of my studies in Calcutta, next 20 years in Bangalore. So I feel that this is also depends on whether you are able to accept them as they are. So if you start giving back that, I'm from here and this and that, how they will accept you back. So it is more of giving, because what you give back to the world, that comes back, right? So I have been very well accepted, whichever places I've gone. Initially, yes, that was a little inertia from the regional side, but I think I actually broke that also, by that kindness gesture, being friendly and expecting less, because everything starts with large expectation we have. So just be you and just start embracing your surrounding will eventually embrace you back.
Yeah. So TGV community, I think here are two key takeaways. One thing is be vocal in case if you are not being promoted, or if there is a strong reason why you should deserve a particular position, be vocal and try to go to the next level and get it. And the second aspect is, first of all, remove that thing, you are from a so and so region, right? Just be yourself and talk about the value add part in terms of how a company or how an individual is going to get benefit out of you as a person, not from you as a person from so and so region. So such a powerful advice, and it is so inspirational, Sangeeta. So
thank you,
Sangeeta. Now let's talk about the women's empowerment and equality part, right? And I've been asking this question just to get diverse opinions from all the leaders, because you guys have waded through a lot of challenges and standing tall in front of the society, and many others are looking you guys as role models, right? So I really want you to explain the difference between empowerment and equality. Is there any difference as such? If so, what is it is all about?
Yeah, I think as per my definition, empowerment is promoting one woman's self-worth by the ability to determine and helping them to determine their choices, challenges, helping them to give the right influence through social, educational, psychological, emotional support, right? That's about women empowerment. How we are able to empower it by actually giving the support system, working as a sisterhood, creating the guided hand for them to be able to share and ensuring they understand their self-worth, because everything starts from yourself. So if you start believing and that you are worth it, you start actually living. So that ecosystem in the culture, somehow I'm seeing a lot of changes being shifted where actually everybody is trying to promote that. So first of all, is an empowerment, is a self-worth, self-realization of your self-worth. And equality, I think it is expecting the equal right, equal pay, equal expectation, equal delivery, from the standpoint where you are standing vis-a-vis the other gender is standing. So today, in my team, I have handled team of hundreds of people. When a woman is coming for a paycheck rise after the appraisal, she's always hesitant to ask. Where my main colleague is coming and asking for a rise, they're very confidently asking. So I think that inertia, or maybe from the childhood, that we have believed and we have been grown up in a way that yes, you are a woman, you have to be a little subdued. That works psychologically, that maybe I'm not good enough to ask this. But if we believe that yes, we're capable and we have the right support system, anybody of us can really make the difference. And that's what we have to, as a leader, as a people who are influencer, we have to create that equality by giving them the guided hands, by creating the right support structure and nurturing this and giving the self-worth injected in them that, boss, you can do it and you are worth it.
Mhm. Awesome. That's very well explained, Sangeeta. Now let's shift gears and talk about your social media journey and the journey of your icon. Right? Are there any pros and cons of being an influencer on these platforms?
So, for me, social media has been, people can say that is a, really a blessings, or, blessings in disguise, or, is a curse. But for me, social media has been a phenomenal shift, because my first book, I started writing poetry in social media and used to just do it as a, relaxation basis. And one fine day, one of the publisher from nowhere just reached out to me, wrote a message. Hey, Sangeeta, I wrote your poetry online. It looks captivating. Can I really have your book published? So my first book that got published due to social media. My Your Icon channel, I started doing videos about self-motivational talk and started sharing this. Somebody reached out to me saying that you do speak so well, you are actually giving so much of positive vibrancy. Why don't you create something, getting right people on the platform? So many of my today's me have been because of that social push also. So social media has worked wonder for me. But yes, unless and until you are actually know how to cut off and de-stress is like really stressful. So I have seen people, even I have myself getting hooked onto sometimes when I actually, young days when I used to post a photo, oh my God, constantly going back, how many likes, how many comments. These are really bad. Constant urge of proving your worth to anybody else. Those are the negative thing comes along with social media. But if you know where to stop and use the media as the essence of really beautifying your quality and reaching out more to the people and being yourself, it really doesn't matter who thinks what of you. But if you trust and believe in yourself and just put out there, you don't have to go back and keep counting who didn't comment and who didn't like. I think you're really in the best place, and learn to really declutter. I'll give 20 minutes a day. And I
Yeah.
do that. For me, if social media is about posting, I don't really check on unless and until on a weekend or a free day. But just post my word, and it's building up a lot of self-esteem, self-acknowledgement. A lot of people are reaching out. I'm able to reach out to such biggest leader in the industry because of my channels, participation.
Yeah.
And this happened because I constantly kept giving positive vibrancy and aura to the world. And it comes back, as I told, the power of
Yeah.
secret. What you gives out to the world, it comes back multiplying effect.
I can resonate with you on multiple things, especially interacting with some big wigs of the industry and all. And I share the same story on the guiding voice. I'm able to speak to so many people which wouldn't have been possible through my regular day job unless I hit this CXO level and all. But this channel has provided me immense opportunities. And one other thing, I'll tell you one curious part
You'll
of.
go a long, long way, Naveen. I like the way you consistently followed up. You go a long, long way. My best wishes on with you.
Thank you so much for the support and the blessings as well. So, Sangeeta, what happened is I came across a friend who was sharing similar story, and she came across another friend who continuously checks for the number of likes, number of comments, okay, that she got for a particular post. And in case if it didn't reach certain level, she would delete that post and create once again. I don't know what madness it is. I don't, and I was really surprised. And one advice from my side to all those people who are really looking for that instant gratification and all, just don't get hooked by this Instagram scrolls and all the social media stuff. So don't get into this binge watching or binge scrolling mode at all. And what I do normally is I'm just giving. I'm not taking much. I take only whenever I want to spend some time wisely. Whenever I find that so-called free time after I do all my important and urgent deliverables and all. If at all I have some buffer, then only I take. But I keep on giving. That way we can have a control in terms of how much time we are spending on social media. But thanks for highlighting those pros and cons you have summarized so well. And Sangeeta, this has been amazing conversation. Let's add some spice as well so that our audience will get to know personal side of you. Are you ready for a quick rapid fire round?
Oh my God, what is that kind of question now?
No, I'm not going to put you on spot. It is just to get them know about your personal side in terms of what is Sangeeta beyond an entrepreneur, beyond a CEO of two companies. Okay, and here comes my first question. Yeah, here comes my first question. What is the first thing that you notice about someone when you meet them?
Energy. I always have noticed energy. Instantly, I'm very intuitive as a person. Super. And you know what positivity, energy, aura. That's I notice about them.
That's wonderful. And what is your favorite childhood memory?
Quite a few. Childhood are full of memories, but stealing that very favorite biscuit packet of my dad got it from my dad's friend got it from some foreign country. It's a big box of these cookies, and mom went to sleep. I went under the table. I emptied the entire boxes and got really scolding for that. But I enjoyed that so much.
Okay, and here comes the next one. Can you describe yourself in just one word?
Positivity.
Awesome. And what would you change about yourself if there is anything?
Oops. That's a difficult one. If I have to change anything about myself, I think that really I don't know, but I'm trying to figure out what I can change. I think I will. I overcommit in many places. I like to take place on my shoulder. Like when people reach out for help, I like go all out, even if my days are really packed. So that's something I would like to not overcommit and focus on only certain areas.
Start saying no.
That's something, when friends or somebody, I need you to be there. I need you to be in this conference. I need you to be there. I'm like all over, and that drains me out. So I think how to say no to the close ones, something I have to learn.
Yeah, fair enough. And I wish you all the best on that. And with that, let me fire the last one out of this rapid fire. What is one electronic gadget that you'd like to see or invent yourself?
Well, I can't invent an electronic gadget. I'm not. But yes, I have fascination for it. So I think I would love to see, because of all the traffic, the flying cars. And I would love to go for a space tourism if Elon Musk makes it possible.
Yeah, yesterday I was going through this Times of India newspaper, and people are venturing into space tourism, affordable space tourism, not just for the ultra rich, but
that's
for
my
everyone.
Dream to be able to really go to space. That happens. I'm like first one to book my ticket and go. And flying cars would be a big help in the traffic zone. Oh my God, my entire day goes on the road. So these are the two things. If it gets invented, I think I'll support fully.
Yeah. Indeed, it is going to become a reality very soon. And quite interesting gadgets. And I wish both of them come true very soon. And with that, let's flip back to the mainstream, Sangeeta. What will be your one piece of advice to those aspiring to make big in their careers or lives?
I think what I have followed is that never give up. Always face every challenge with being stronger. Every time you fall down, try to bounce back harder every time, and always look at challenges as a possibilities for tomorrow. If there is no challenges, that means you have not lived your life. So accept challenges, take initiative, and never give up. These are the three things. If you're able to do it, I think you are definitely ready to take the right path in the career.
You have nailed it. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sangeeta. I enjoyed every bit of it. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your insights. I hope you enjoyed the conversation on the Guiding Voice platform. And is there any other feedback that you'd like to share?
Questions were really well crafted. You made me think out of the box, which is I will also start implementing now what I want to change about myself.
Yeah, learned over a period of time.
Before. Yeah, thanks for having me on your show. So I thoroughly enjoyed and wish you all the best. And I'm sure this channel will go multifold, reaching many millions of hearts.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we really appreciate it. And on that note, I would like to thank Deepika Trehan once again for connecting me with such wonderful souls. And folks, this will be our last one as part of Corporate Diva series for the March 2023. However, we are not going to stop Corporate Diva series. It will come again in future, not just during the month of March, but we will plan some ad hoc episodes as and when possible. All right.
Yeah, and I must say, because you saying about Deepika, she has been a great influencer in my life. So after Corporate Diva episode, I really, made a transition of, having the self-confidence, self-worth, and, getting to do what we do. And then as a sisterhood support. So I think thanks, Deepika and entire CD tribe, you have been wonderful.
Yep. I can see that sense of belongingness in your community. CD tribe is super vibrant.
Very strong.
And very strong as well. All right. So, folks, that was our conversation with Sangeeta Roy Chaudhury. And before we move into the trivia section, here's a request to you. In case if you haven't subscribed to us, please subscribe from the app wherever you're tuned in from. Also, if you have loved the episode and found the conversation useful, request you to share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who can benefit from the guiding world. Thank you so much in advance. Now, let's talk about today's trivia. And today's trivia is about gender diversity. As per McKinsey report, tackling the global gender gap will boost global GDP. And here are the details. Gender inequality is not only a pressing moral and social issue, but also a critical economic challenge. And a 2015 report from McKinsey Global Institute, MGI, The Power of Parity, How Advancing Women's Equality Can Add $12 trillion to global growth, explored the economic potential available if the gender gap was narrowed globally. And 5 years ago, women generated 37% of the global GDP, despite accounting for 50% of the global working age population. And the research also found that in a best-in-region scenario, in which all countries match the performance of the country in their region that has made the most progress towards gender equality, $12 trillion a year could be added to the GDP in 2025. And that would be equivalent in size to the GDP of Japan, Germany, and the United Kingdom combined, and roughly double the likely growth in global GDP contributed by female workers between 2014 and 2025 in a business as usual scenario. So on this note, we would like to wish more and more women to enter the workforce and scale up higher, and encourage rest of the women to take up bigger challenges. So that's all from my side on this wonderful Corporate Diva series. And folks, if you have come across any women leader who has influenced your life or career positively, do not forget to tag them on social media wherever you found this episode. Or if you are watching it on YouTube, feel free to comment. And in addition to that, if you have any topic recommendations or guest speaker suggestions, get them coming through social media or email me at theguidingvoiceforyou@gmail.com. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, just a fellow IT professional and a passionate learner on a mission to make this world a beautiful place to live by driving conversations that matter and conversations that add value to your life and to your career. Until next time, bye-bye. Thank you so much. See you all in the next episode with another wonderful guest.